Anger that you feel must be redirected into positive energy because we need to get this mission. This has been a mission we've been on for generations.
Exactly.
We have to stop this. And there's only one way to stop this. That's through unity. We need to understand what the root of the problem is. It is that racism. It's directed towards me, my black face. Let's get real about this. Understand what it's all about. It's targeted towards me, the source of this color. It's targeted towards me. And we need to understand that we cannot continue to live like this. It's never gonna work. And we're all tired of it. We all want the same thing, but let's stop being scared.
Exactly.
Let's find courage within each other.
Exactly.
Because together we are that force, we are that power, and we will make that change. It will happen. I've dealt with this problem all of my life. I am Trayvon Martin. I just ain't dead yet.
I am Trayvon Martin.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it, do it better than anybody you ever.
It's gonna be dictated by you all. And what we're talking about tomorrow is just the beginning. Somebody asked, are we spending the night in the Capitol? We're not leaving until we get what we want. Y'all are gonna inherit the future that y'all are gonna inherit. Trayvon Martin is dead. He's dead. And everybody in the country is mad. Have y'all seen the pictures from San Francisco? The pic from DC, from New York, Times Square? It's amazing. And everybody from around the country is calling us trying to figure out what we're gonna do about it. What we're gonna say about it. What we have to say about it. We have the opportunity here, I'm telling you, you all have the opportunity here to stand in a place in history that will be remembered. The conversation moves to whatever y'all talk about located in the state. So we have a history here that I feel is getting lost a little bit. I'm gonna challenge y'all. I feel like it's getting lost. When I'm pleading with y'all to take this as an opportunity to take your life seriously, to take the future seriously, and really make something of the mark.
After George Zimmerman was found not guilty of Trayvon Martin's murder, we asked ourselves one simple
if you folks be riding in the Jacksonville neighborhood, either north side or east side, it's automatically pull over.
I can't only imagine how folks felt when they saw that verdict. That child was murdered.
Governor Scott turned down the opportunity to be a leader in this nation on racial profiling. He has turned down the opportunity to convene a special session of legislature to talk about these issues and put an end to racial profiling in our communities.
Every person, every young person, to buy a package of Skittles and send it directly to the governor.
Get here, and we need to get here today before 5 p.m. and flood the Capitol with as many people as possible to show them that we're not going to let this issue die.
We're talking about repealing stand your ground law. We're talking about addressing the school to prison pipeline, right? We're hearing from folks all over the world right now about how they really care about what we're doing and how they support us. So we expect those numbers to even swell to a greater proportion today.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
The only way they're going to change the world is if everybody, that's you, if everybody participates. Whatever you feel in your heart, follow it, and connect with other real people. And that's how we're going to flourish. We're going to flourish together. This is #TakeOverFL, and we need your help. We need that retweet. We need your love. We need your
support.
Because the state of Florida has been created to be unsafe for young people. And so they're sitting in on marble floors because they are afraid to walk the streets out here until our governor and our legislature makes it safe again.
We might have to shun a few reporters. We might have to shun a few of our parents. But we must do this together. It is indeed the only way.
Make me vision the better living type of place to raise kids in, opening eyes to the lies history's told foul, but I'm as wise as the old owl. Plus the gold check.
The Commissioner of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, who oversees officers here, released a report. It's going to be issued tomorrow out that describes two things: a number of incidents in the Capitol and the cost for having a protest. I'm going to read the incidents in the Capitol so everyone can see. July 16th, the Dream Defender Group conducted a protest in the governor's reception area at the Capitol building. Wednesday,
Wednesday, July 17th, the Dream Defender Group is continuing its protest. Thursday, July 18th, the Dream Defender Group is continuing its protest. Officers escorted their protesters found on the lower level out of the building. Note, the lower level of the Capitol is restricted to the public after normal business hours. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement are ones who manage the Capitol Police. Alright, so is the Capitol Police. These guys who are observing us, they're taking notes, they're reporting back to the commissioners, they're writing out incidents, and they're using that to report it to the public to try and do what? You understand?
They're only doing their job to observe and report as they see it. But it's our job. We've got a job to do right as well.
But it's like it's selective reporting, you know, because if you don't know the context,
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
and you assume
Absolutely right.
the way it's written, it leads you.
Absolutely right. But that's exactly what they're going to do. And that's what we're trying to explain, and we're hoping that everyone understands. They're going to selectively report. They're going to do everything they can to paint us a certain way, even though we know that we're not.
I covered like 9 occupies, okay? First off, if you all were making a mess and getting busy, that would be awesome. I would love to report that. There's been too much security. What I mean by that is, they've had like 9 people. You've seen it. And I tweeted, I said, they've had more security than they needed. And you guys haven't been making a mess. You haven't been stopping business. You guys have been doing it. That's all out there on the records from the conservative reporter who's covering this, who doesn't agree with people here on the issues. There's not one violent incident in that report.
Right.
The reason I reported stuff at Occupy, there were rapes there. There were real, actual women getting raped and molested at Occupy. That should be reported, right? There's nothing like that here. There's nothing even dangerous here. There's nothing even threatening here, and you haven't even been stopping business. You guys, I've written this because I'm reporting honestly. You guys have been doing it right.
This is happening because we are winning. If they were not worried about us, they wouldn't bother writing something like this. But they are worried about us, and that's why they're doing this. Security costs. Monday, July 15th, $5,235. Tuesday, July 16th, $14,336. Wednesday, July 17th, $14,336. Thursday, July 18th, $19,081. Friday, July 19th, $14,336. Saturday, July 20th, $8,218. Sunday, July 21st, $8,763. Monday, July 22nd, $13,663. For a total cost of $97,907.88. So it costs close to $100,000. The staff provides security for what we're doing here. Although we were told that a special session costs, what, a couple $100,000? Huh? For a special session. $3,500 a day? So a special session costs $3,500 a day, but it costs less than $100,000 for them to keep the security on here. And we're told the cost is the main reason for not to have a special session, right? The same way that we're trying to tell our story, they're trying to craft their story. And they have their people diligently thinking about how to discredit us in any way they possibly can, and this is a part of it.
We're converting this place into our headquarters, and we're going to continue to change hearts and minds. What we're trying to do is shift the paradigm for young people. We're not reinventing the wheel, as we said before. There are young people doing this around the country, maybe other people doing it in the state, right? But what we're doing here is trying to present a different image for young people, youth organizing.
Welcome to the Capitol. This Capitol has represented the state of Florida for many years. Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you the real reason why I'm here. I'm here because a kid got shot. Because of that shooting, we came to realize that the law in this state is biased. It became tangible to us. It became apparent to us. I know that a lot of times we speak about racism, but when the law in the year 2013 allows a murderer to go free, then you know there's a problem. So we're here with Dream Defenders. We're going to stay here until we have a special session declared by Governor Rick Scott, in which we will be able to discuss the Stand Your Ground law. We're also here to speak about the school to prison pipeline and how that makes young black men and young Hispanic men feel as if they're criminals because their family is also demonized. And so that through that, they feel condemned to a life of crime and a life of mischief.
I was funneled from school to prison. I got suspended more times than I could count, which in turn led me to get kicked out of school my senior year.
Suspended in 6th grade from my school. The child who I had an altercation with was white and paid a lot of money toward my school. That was one of the reasons why I was suspended without any questions. That's zero tolerance right there. I was immediately suspended with no questions asked just because the child's parents paid a lot of money to my school.
That's why we urge you to call Governor Scott now.
The governor asked for a special session of legislation.
I invite you to come to the Capitol as well. We're all here every single day, every single hour. We're not leaving. We're here in Tallahassee, so come on down.
Anger that you feel must be redirected into positive energy because we need to get this mission. This has been a mission we've been on for generations.
Exactly.
We have to stop this. And there's only one way to stop this. That's through unity. We need to understand what the root of the problem is. It is that racism. It's directed towards me, my black face. Let's get real about this. Understand what it's all about. It's targeted towards me, the source of this color. It's targeted towards me. Let's find courage within each other. Because together we are that force, we are that power, and we will make that change. I've dealt with this problem all of my life. I am Trayvon Martin. I just ain't dead yet.
I am Trayvon Martin.
The time is now for us to act together in a way unprecedented before, to stop segmenting our struggles and to join together to win real victories for the least of these, for the forgotten, for the invisible, for the people who pick vegetables and fruits under the burning sun in Immokalee and in Quincy and in Alabama and in states all across the South. So I stand here today as a dream defender, but not as a black man, not as an African American, but as a human being with two eyes that may not be as good as many, but that can see very, very clearly the wrong that America continues to perpetuate among the people who are the backbone of this country. Thank you all for having me.
Because I am part of your mission. Those of us who have been on this campaign, who have been in this struggle for over a century, are delighted, happy to be part of this moment.
This is not a brown issue. This is not an anything in between issue. This is not a straight issue. This is not a gay issue. This is a human issue. And so we must come together as human beings and come together and eschew the most American of values, those inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Tell it.
And so I ask all of you to join us and lay out a welcome mat once again. With every step, with every night you lay on the floor, a chapter is being written. With every time you raise up your voice, a chapter is being written. With every time you stand in solidarity with somebody that doesn't look like you and see humanity in somebody across the aisle, a chapter is being rewritten in the history of our country.
Until the killing of black men, black mother's sons is as important as the killing of white men, white mother's sons. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We
office for over 200 hours, 240 hours. The governor of the state of Florida has been in his office for 1. And it was solely because of our presence here. And so I'm calling on young people that line the hallways of the vacant governor's office to call on the names of senators and representatives who still must answer the call to call the session.
Representative Charles McBurney of Jacksonville.
Call the session!
Representative David Santiago of Deltona.
Call the session!
Representative Kathleen.
Call the session!
Representative Jason T. Porter of Sanford.
Call the session!
Representative James Grant of Tampa.
Call the session!
Representative Elizabeth Porter of Lake City.
Call the session!
Representative John Wood of Winter Haven.
Call the session!
Senator John Thrasher of St. Augustine.
Call the session!
Senator Jeremy Ring of Margate.
Call the session! We fired up! We can't take it no more! We fired up! We can't take it no more! We fired up! We can't take it no more! We fired up! We can't take it no more! We fired up! We can't take it no more! We fired up! We can't take it no more! After seeing Mr. Harry Belafonte come and show support for us, to welcome Reverend Jesse Jackson from Rainbow Push Coalition in Chicago. He was in Miami, and he thought it not robbery to come here and join in with our students, our young people who are sitting in, waiting still on the governor to show leadership. We're here to stay. We won't leave until we get what we came here for, and we're very excited to have the Reverend here to join us. We'll allow the Reverend to come speak for you all, and we'll have a question and answer period for a brief time afterwards.
For the people, white and black and brown alike. This is a multiracial, multicultural coalition fighting for the new and the best Florida. That is the treasure of Florida, the Sunshine State. And now we intend to expand as we talk with them all night tonight about the next stages of expansion in this struggle. We intend to sit in so justice can stand up. We will discourage foreign investment. We're going to discourage tourism. We'll discourage conventions. Florida is today a very toxic place. It led the drive for these stand your ground laws. We must end it. This is not about 2004. This is about today and tomorrow and the big rally on Friday. And these rallies are going to get bigger. We want students all around the state and all around the South to start coming into Tallahassee and rotating their time spent in this office. This is the time to engage in massive nonviolent resistance. And I hope to see you guys when I wake up in the morning. I'll be right here.
The Dream Defenders fully intend to bring more people into the state than Governor Scott is right now. So for any hits to tourism, we'll be bringing them to the Capitol.
May our souls be strong, steady, and revealing. May our spirits be enlightened, faithful, and sure. May our choices be wise and enduring for the generations to come. Amen.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the defend this day.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Members of the People's Legislature will now read our resolution.
And whereas the day of birth of Trayvon Martin is to be recognized and celebrated as a beacon of hope for the future achievements in the civil rights movement and a present reminder of the consequences of unequal society, now, therefore, but be it resolved by the People's Legislature of the state of Florida that the 5th day of February of every year is declared to be Trayvon Martin Day in the state of Florida.
Resolution calling for the pardoning of Melissa Alexander, whereas Section 2 of the Constitution of the state of Florida recognizes that all people are equal before the law and have an inalienable right to enjoy life, whereas Melissa Alexander, a victim of continued domestic abuse, was denied the benefit of stand your ground despite the fact that she discharged her firearm in order to protect herself from yet another instance of domestic abuse, which put her in fear of imminent threat to her physical well-being. And whereas across the state of Florida, the application of Stand Your Ground has proven to be troublingly inconsistent and susceptible to the corrupting influence of explicit and implicit bias along racial, gender, and socioeconomic lines. And whereas communities of colors across this great state have expressed fear and outrage at the threat posed by Stand Your Ground to their families, friends, loved ones, and neighbors, and whereas the state of Florida's Stand Your Ground law should be repealed, however, because it continues to be the law of the state as a proud nation of laws, it is vital for the effective workings of government that our citizens have faith that the justice is administered in an impartial and consistent manner. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the People's Legislature of the state of Florida that we call upon Governor Rick Scott to exercise his executive authority to pardon Marissa Alexander of all charges and set free forthwith.
A joint resolution recognizes Tuesdays of every week as Takeover Tuesday in the state of Florida. Whereas Article 1, Section 5 of the Constitution of the state of Florida recognizes that the people shall have the right peaceably to assemble, to instruct their representatives, and to petition for redress of grievances. And whereas elementary, high school, college students, young people of color, LGBTQ youth, immigrants, poor people, and allies from across Florida and beyond have been engaged in peaceful sit-in of Governor Rick Scott's office to honor the memory of Trayvon since Tuesday, July 16, 2013. And whereas over 150 people came together on Friday, July 26, 2013 to support this organized movement and call for justice. And whereas the support of the state and the nation is necessary to move the institutional powers and dismantle the systemic racism that led to Trayvon Martin's death, and now, therefore, be it resolved by the People's Legislature of the state of Florida that we call upon all allies and supporters of justice to join us at the Florida Capitol this Friday by 4:30 p.m. until justice is won.
I will now read a report from the People's Committee. Youth from across Florida, supported by young people and allies from across the nation and the world, have spent the last 14 days and 3 hours sitting on the marble hard floors of Florida's Capitol, demanding that Governor Rick Scott call a session of the legislature to pass Trayvon's law. We will not rest until our call is answered.
All in favor, signify by saying yea. Opposed, nay. All in favor?
Yeah.
All opposed? The legislature is in extended.
Students, you are to be congratulated. This is a great movement. You have on your side moral authority. More people in Florida who believe in what we're saying than don't believe in it. But somehow they're silence. They're too silent. We cannot let silence betray our conscience. So make room. Some people come in today who were not in yesterday. As people catch on, make room for more people. I want member artists and athletes to come and stay at least one night here until something happens.
I first heard about the Dream Defenders was my first semester here, which was fall semester 2012.
Like tangentially mentioned in a conversation.
Kaylee, which is a Jacksonville Dream Defender.
It was from Melanie Andrade.
Just like online.
Takeover Tuesday, that's the first time.
And she was like, hey, do you want to go down to Tallahassee to stay in the Capitol's office?
Immediately biked over to the Capitol building, only to find that the doors lock here at 5 o'clock.
The impression I got was they were just like kids angry.
There'll be a whole bunch of kids.
Well, I know many are skeptical about Dream Defenders because we're very young.
Totally the opposite. It was actually very organized.
Intelligent people.
Very persistent about the change that we're trying to make. We're learning about restorative justice and the school to prison pipeline, which I had no idea about before I came.
We're all like open and talking, and like something about that like really like, hit me.
And open to listen to new ideas just from,
It was just amazing to find this group of people, dream defenders, that were very passionate about social issues such as the school-to-prison pipeline and racial profiling.
We're learning workshops how to channel our power and how not to give our power away.
And so right away, I decided to join the outreach committee.
Outreach, I love going to the community, talking to people about what's going on with dream defenders.
Tonight will be my 9th time sleeping here.
The more people you have, the more power you have.
We have had lots of supporters, lots of love and peace.
Next thing I know, I seen everybody, getting their mats and blankets. So it's like everybody's doing it. So it's like you cannot be like, cautious of laying on the floor. It's like they made it seem like something cool.
To surround yourself around the dream defenders, you'll never feel the same.
It's a real cool experience to know that, hey, I'm sleeping in the Capitol,
This is something, beyond just anger or building here.
These type of people you want to know for the rest of your life.
So I think if people saw that, it would change their minds.
So it gives a lot of people hope, like, hey, if he can do it, I know I can.
This week is the People's Session, so I'll be telling people about the People's Session this week.
As students, we can make a difference and we should be the difference looking for.
People, we are the power that the nation feels. We need each and every individual able to come and join us at the state capitol here in Tallahassee to come out and invite your friends, your family, and your leaders. You can come at any time from 7 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. If you're in before 5 o'clock, you can stay as long as you want and leave whenever. You cannot bring sleeping bags, but you can bring covers, pillows, and any other hygienic materials that you would need to have a comfortable stay with us. We have created an environment that is love, and we have a family. Please join us in the fight. We need you all. Love you. Namaste.
Anger that you feel must be redirected into positive energy because we need to get this mission. This has been a mission we've been on for generations.
Exactly.
We have to stop this. And there's only one way to stop this. That's through unity. We need to understand what the root of the problem is. It is that racism. It's directed towards me, my black face. Let's get real about this. Understand what it's all about. It's targeted towards me, the source of this color. It's targeted towards me. We cannot continue to live like this. It's never gonna work. Let's find courage within each other. Because together we are that force, we are that power, and we will make that change. It will happen. I've dealt with this problem all of my life. I am Trayvon Martin. I just ain't dead yet.
I am Trayvon Martin.